Haha! Hello, my friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo, with Gooey L. Look.
Hey.
Yes, we are at Comic-Con in Emerald City, which is actually Seattle, right?
Yes,
L? Yes.
absolutely.
Yes, and we are having a great time. Elle's going to tell you all kinds of stuff. But first, we must say hello to Camera Mandy. Good morning, Camera Mandy. How are you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, we're having fun. We're meeting lots of folks, and it's a great con. It's a little smaller, right? Because all these cons have been a little smaller than they normally are, but there's wonderful cosplayers. So I just figured Elle's going to head over there to the booth real quick in a few minutes, but I wanted her to kind of tell a little bit, if that's okay, Camera Mandy, about kind of some of the cosplayers she's seen and all this stuff, because it's really, I mean, there's some great costumes. It's amazing. Yes.
Elle, are you taking pictures?
I am taking pictures. It's actually been really cool. Apparently, Emerald City is a qualifier round.
Oh, I did not know that.
So today actually is the cosplay contest, so we'll be seeing all the best cosplays because they're getting ready to win.
How am I doing as Alphinius Goo? Do you think that is working as a cosplay?
Well, I mean, like if you had worn the hat, I think we could have really sold it. But since you refused to do that, how can anyone tell you're a wizard?
Which is the hat.
Yes, how can anyone tell you're a wizard?
Well, really, I'm wearing nothing right now.
I mean, nothing.
You're not shirt, wearing... right? And Marvelous Addie's little, oh, that's a convention thing. This thing is right here. Marvelous. Yes, we both have those.
Yeah. Yeah, but the convention's going really well. We're really excited to meet new people. It's been a fun time. If you're here at Emerald City, come say hello.
Yes,
that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's kind of the con's been going really awesome. We're having a good time.
People like it. They like the stuff.
They sure do.
Yeah, they're really enjoying it. And it's nice to meet new folks, like we said. And we got some people joining the den, and we're going to probably get a lot more today because Friday and Saturday were kind of quiet because of just being right after the Thanksgiving holiday. And people are saying that it's going to be pretty packed today. They're totally sold out. And so we'll have to see what happens. In fact, it was so sold out. There were scalpers. You know, scalpers are those people that stand around and say, "I need tickets." I was like, "I need tickets." I'm used to that at like sporting events.
I think in D&D, scalper means something different.
No, they were truly scalpers. They were like, I need tickets. I need tickets.
I know. I'm just making a joke.
Yes, that's a whole different thing. Cut off your hair.
I'm just saying. Right? Yeah, okay.
All right, Camera Mandy, how are we doing out there? How's everybody doing out there?
Everyone's saying good morning. And Elle, we want to see your pictures, so make sure to post them in the Gooey Den.
I'll post them up in the den after the con. I'll make a whole little album for you guys.
So best costume that you've seen the whole time. Who's your favorite one?
It's a tie. There was this beautiful Christmas Belle. She had like this gorgeous gown. It was amazing. And
I think I saw her actually.
She was really pretty. And then there was somebody who was dressed as Taco from the Adventure Zone.
Did not see that.
It was incredible. The cosplay was gorgeous.
Yeah, well, people, that one young lady we were talking to, she said she spent $400 on that one costume.
Yes.
She spent a lot of time making it and all that stuff.
Sure did.
I mean, these cosplayers, they are serious. They do some really amazing things. Perhaps I will have to wear a hat one of these days. We'll do it for charity.
Someday would be nice.
All right, well, we'll let you go. And it was marvelous to have you say hello to everybody. And everybody say hello, L, bye, L, all that stuff, right?
Have a good day, guys.
Bye, L. Well, I hope you all are having a marvelous morning. It is wonderful to be here with you. And we are having a great time. It is so wonderful to see the enthusiasm for materials. But it's more than that, because we're starting to see a lot of enthusiasm when we show people like the Westford book. And in that Westford book, my friends, I got to tell you, people look in there and they see, various names of the various contributors and the contributing authors and all this stuff. And a lot of people get really, really excited. And that is just a wonderful thing to know that this idea that we have, it kind of is spreading, right? It just keeps growing. So that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, Camera Mandy, tell me, we're going to do a little Facebook this morning first. Is that the plan?
Actually, I was going to start by talking about East for Destia, because I actually have up.
You put some pictures. That's marvelous. Yes.
Yeah. So you're starting to do layouts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We are actually, from a layout standpoint right now, my friends, we are actually well into the 300s. And I think if you remember in the Kickstarter, it was only supposed to be a 250-page tome. It is actually going to be more in the 350, 360-page range, similar to what we did with the Westford. And actually in this one, the last time when we did the Westford book, I was so nervous about page count that I didn't put in as much artwork as I wanted to. But because now I have confidence, we are actually including even more artworks than were in the Westford book by a considerable amount. So the page count is actually going to be a little larger than the Westford Estia book. So we are very excited to see that come out. And I know some of you have seen some of the layouts that we've been putting in, and of course this one is featuring some images of our people, not just as authors, right? Because this is Matthias Redthorn, right? And Matt and Daniel, Marvelous Matt and Daniel, worked very, very hard on the Algidian lands, which is Estanasa, which is this vassal region, which is sort of under the toe of the Valandians. And so, yes, and there it is right there. Go back, camera, Mandy, that's right there. So this is our plan, right? As time goes on, is to have our people be these non-player characters in the world. So here you have Matthias and you have Daniel, right? Who, and I apologize, Daniel, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's goodness gracious. Anyway,
is it listed here? We have.
Yes, it is.
Matthias,
right, kids can't see it.
Tiok Brystone.
Yes, Tiok and Falcon. Yes.
And I'm trying to read. I don't see another name. I think we're missing a name.
No, it's in there.
Lenad?
That's it, Linard. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Exactly. Very good. Thank you so much, cameraman. You're marvelous. But anyway, you can see them. So these are our people, right? And they're in here. And of course, some of you, I don't know if you've seen, but and I don't know if cameraman has it, but we have, of course, Marvelous Grayson, who is Keith's character, and Marvelous AJ, who is Captain Catway, kind of a famed captain in the thing. But so anyway, it's really, I hope you are looking at this and going, wow, this is cool. I mean, it's got so much wonderful art and so much original art and just some great tales. I mean, listen, Camera Medi, I just put up this morning the second half of this little tale that was written by Jim, involving Captain Catway and sort of being pursued by a Valandian ship, and it's worth a read, that little tale. It's not long and it is fun. So but there's all kinds of stuff. Here's the Gluvoik stronghold, and then you see the battle over Twilight Pass, which is where the Valandians tried to actually attack Gluvoik stronghold and were turned back. So there's all this good lore. It's just really, really a joy. And I'm going to tell you that for the limited edition for the Westford, which we are getting ready to produce here, I'm going to add in that artwork back. So we're going to actually add more pages to the original Westford tome with all this additional artworks that we didn't put in because I was worried about page count. So that's exciting too.
You could also just release an art book. I think that's one thing that we've been talking about.
Yeah, it's next year, Camera Mandy, though. Please,
I want to add more to your plate.
I'm not sleeping.
I think we need to add more to your plate. Absolutely. But yeah, that's going to be awesome.
For those of you who have been worried about me, I know some of you have sent me stuff. I do not want you to be worried. Cameraman, you do not worry. I'm doing fine. I'm really enjoying the process of going through and doing this editing and the deep review that I'm able to do, and just check and make sure lore is tight and all that stuff, and also be able to add my own stuff to these things because I'm surprising some people, which is wonderful to be able to do that, and twisting some things a little bit here and there, and I almost feel like a game master in a game that we are doing together, which is really wonderful. So I'm having a great time.
What is the update on timelines, do you think?
So let's talk about that, because I do want to do a little Kickstarter update. So I received a notice that the decks of Perilous Fortuity are shipping to our office. So I am hoping that we will see them sometime around the 8th or the 9th. That's the day we're supposed to see them. So we're getting those. If everything goes well, we should be very close to going to print on the Essenverd book as well as the Essenverd map packs early next week. So then the goal is to get them printed and then covered, and then getting them ready to be shipping out around the 12th, 13th, or 15th, something like that here of December. So that is that, plus the decks of Perilous Fortuity, plus Cameramendi. I think we're going to give everybody access to your scenescapes here, right? In just a little bit.
Yes, I'm so excited. Yes.
Yes. So that's coming out. We have, of course, we did Menace in the Mist and Strangely Gooey Holiday. So anybody who got those in the Kickstarter, we're putting those in a package for you. Chapter 5 has the pretty much the entirety of the I don't want to give spoilers too much, but the entirety of the underground thing that's going on there, that is completed, and the maps are all completed. We got virtually all the artwork done for Chapter 5. So now we just kind of have to assemble it, but we wanted to get the Essenverd done first. So that is the next thing. Darkenhaven is coming together marvelously. Oh yeah, I got to do those too. Jens is kind of leading that team, and there's a lot of folks who are helping. Lots and lots of folk. Pamela is helping, and Austin is helping, and Kevin is helping, and goodness gracious, I could go on and on. I mean, there's just a lot of folks who are coming there and really adding to this. And then, of course, we have the three new races, which we are going to put out as a preview to anybody in the Kickstarter. All 3 of those will be included in your packages. So we have a lot of stuff coming. And for our friends in Europe, or our friends in Australia, for our friends in Canada and elsewhere, we're going to ship you your everything that's done that's part of your Kickstarter. We're going to ship you here in December. So you have at least most of the stuff that you probably have ordered. And then we're just going to keep on pushing. And I apologize for us being a little tardy. It was sort of unavoidable, honestly, with the volume of materials and of course what happened in the first part of the year with COVID and our clients and all that stuff. But I promise you, it's going to exceed your expectations. It is going to be beautiful. It is going to be deep and wonderful reading and all of this stuff. I promise you that. I am committed to never putting out something that I'm not extraordinarily proud of. So anyway, this is the Inzandra Oz, Camera Mandy. This is our construct race, and they existed from the time of the Woe of Ruin and before, because they were actually created by the Eterns to be their slaves. Really, is what they did, and they have intelligence, right? They have consciousness, right? They are beings. And so, unlike everyone else on the face of Zyathé, the Inzandra Oz look at the Woe of Ruin as their liberation day. Is that not marvelous, Camera Mandy? Is that not marvelous?
It is great. And we actually have 3 questions regarding Kickstarter stuff.
Oh yeah, please.
Okay.
I should have asked.
Okay, so we have anything on digital copies of the Strangely Gooey Holiday?
Strangely Gooey Holiday will drop in your boxes next week, and so will Menace in the Mist.
Awesome.
So and it's a very good possibility that also we will drop the Essenverd book in the map packs. So let's keep our fingers crossed that everything goes well. My biggest concern right now is only this thing. I don't know if you know this, but there is a paper shortage and there is an ink shortage. Good gracious. So that is my only worry right now, but we are very hopeful that this is not going to impact us at too high of a level. So our friend Alex, who does all of our production, is still pretty confident that we aren't going to have any issues getting this stuff printed. So let's keep our fingers crossed, right? So this is marvelous.
Absolutely. So. Okay. Is there another Kickstarter planned?
So yes. So I did have. There's some questions that I wanted to ask. I've been asking quite a few people actually, because I do want to do another Kickstarter, and I want to do it in March after we do the Gooey game show at Genghis Khan, and we are going to. Boy, this is coming together nicely, is it not, Camera Mandy? We had a wonderful meeting up there.
Oh yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be the best thing that we've done. Wait,
yeah. So at Genghis
set
Khan,
those expectations high. Set those
it is. I know it's going to be fabulous. Right? So at Genghis Khan, we have this huge room now, and we have all these prizes. And we are going to have, like we did at Genghis Khan the first time, we're going to have teams in the room, but we're also going to have a Twitch team, right? So we're going to have a StreamYard team, or however Camera Mandy chooses to do this, right? And that team is going to have a chance to win all kinds of prizes too, as we do the whole dungeon of Nix, and it's going to be the big dungeon like we've done before, that really big, 4 foot by 8 foot thing. So it'll be beautiful to be able to look at. And following that, we're going to advertise that thing and talk to people about it. We're going to I'm already talking to some of our friends in the industry to try to get some really cool stuff from them. And I've got some special prizes that I'm going to dig out from Alphinius' basement, right? So at least it's hoping, as long as the adventurers have taken care of the Winterdance ornaments by then. So and so we our goal would be to have that Kickstarter in March. But I do have one thing that I think it is going to be close by March, whether the Gloom port is done. I believe that every other thing that we promised for this Kickstarter will be finished well by then. But the Gloom port, simply because, if nothing else, the maps take three 3 to 4 weeks for each one of the big map panels. And they are marvelous. You've seen some of the pictures, but those alone, the illustration time on them are just so aggressive. And I'm not willing to compromise on that quality. I'm not willing to sort of get another artist. We are able to work with these 2 artists, and they're kind of working back and forth and doing a great job to really make this thing beautiful. I'm not willing to compromise on that and have our quality go down. So the question is this: if everything else is delivered, but the Gloom port is not, but it is coming, and you've had a good update, you can see all the pictures and all that stuff. Is everybody comfortable if we actually did a second Kickstarter right around that March timeframe, if we're just not quite there with the Gloom port? And I'd love to have your opinion. You can direct message me. You can throw opinions out here in the thing and tell the truth. If you feel like, hey, listen, Alphinius, you got to deliver all that stuff before I'm going to do the next thing. I'd like to know that. You all are marvelous, and you are our friends, and you are friends first. I mean, this is such a different thing that I have made so many friends. I am so astounded, and I cannot wait for Genghis Khan, because I know there's lots of gooey people coming, and it's going to be, we're at Cameramandy, it's going to be great. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So Harry suggests that you do a poll on the Kickstarter, or there's a way to do a poll. The backers
in the den.
No, I think there's a way to do it via Kickstarter.
I will look at that, Harry. I did not know that. Thank you. Yeah. That's great.
Okay, and then we have one more question regarding special item cards and when those are going to drop.
Okay, so Smash Case has finished the special items cards. They are being laid out. So I am fairly certain that those are also going to be included in your packages. So there was 2 different packs. They're very cool, by the way. And I'm getting a lot of requests to actually have those available on the site too. So we're working on that we'll do a couple of level assortment cards that will have some of the stuff from the various boxes, but also a lot of new cards for folks, because we're getting a lot of folks who are asking, could we do that? So marvelous. Yes, absolutely. So there's a lot of stuff coming. It's really, I can't wait to see those decks. I cannot wait. And I apologize for a little bit of noise. There's lots of wonderful folks here. If you're hearing a lot of people walking by and talking and all that kind of stuff, that's what's going on. All right. Any other questions, my friend Cameramandy?
Nope. We're going to go ahead and move to more of the Gooey Den stuff that we have.
You know what? One thing I will say, just jump back real quick to that in Zandra Oz.
Yep.
So I did put up in the Gooey Den, if you haven't had a chance to look at it, I put up the sort of stats page about this race. And so if some of you have a chance and you want to look at that page and kind of give us your thoughts, Corey helped us with this marvelously, and wonderful AJ went in afterwards, and he and I worked on some stuff together to sort of really polish this. We're really excited about these new races, and we're really excited about our take on them and what's going to happen next year when we do Cyclopedia of the Races, where we really bring some interesting aspects to even the traditional races like the dwarves and the gnomes and all of this stuff. So it'd be wonderful if you have a moment to take a peek at those stats and give us your opinion. That would be really, really welcome.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to have that Cyclopedia for the Races as a player, because I know that right now building a character, you have to work with your GM who has the weirded world of Zyathé, but having that book with just the races in it is going to be fantastic.
Yes, so. I agree, because players, that one is definitely targeted for both players and game masters, so that it give players the opportunity. And we're gonna hopefully, if the Kickstarter goes well and everything goes great, we're going to sort of do some lore around each one of the races in a tale form. So every race will have a sort of a story that is associated with them, and so good entertainment in the book as well. That's the goal.
Awesome. We do have another question. When will Harry's STLs be available?
We are very, very close on that as well. The issue is that we're trying to put up a picture of of Harry's original art, the sculpting art, as well as a picture of the actual printed miniature, which Harry has provided us many of those. It's just a lot of work, and to put up each one of those fully and deploy it. And so that is the only thing that's slowing us down a little bit on that. But that is coming close. It's just understand that, my friends, that this is, this is our day. This is not our day job, right? This is our side hustle. And so side hustle, that's an interesting word. I feel like I'm being hustled.
It's the accurate term.
Cameramandy, I heard this. I was talking to a friend of mine who said, listen, the quickest way to get to $1 million in the game business. Do you know what that is, Cameron Mendy? The quickest way to get to $1 million in the game business?
No, what is it?
Start with $2 million and go into the game business. No, I'm just kidding. We are wonderful. We're doing great. But is that not funny? That was
It is funny. Listen, like, yes, this is a lot of extra time, but you know what? It's a passion and it's fun. And it's something that gives us life. So
my friends, you have no idea. You send stuff to us. The words you say, little words you speak in the Gooey Den, or things that you say on the Discord, direct messages that you send, all of these things, you have no idea how wonderful you are. And I was just talking to another person yesterday who is very familiar with our group, and this is you, my friends. And they just said they are blown away at our group, at how positive and creative and fun and so much joy that you bring to others. And you don't even know it, right? You're out there and you are touching people, and through this crazy passion that we all share together, and you are reaching out and you're having an impact on others. I mean, it is amazing. And I cannot tell you, I so appreciate each one of you, and you lift my day every day. You have no idea, every day. So Cameron Mendy, did I kind of went off the rails there?
Yeah, it's fine. We have 2 more questions. When will the East for Destia book be open for pre-order?
So we obviously want to make sure we're taking care of our Kickstarter folks, but I would imagine that sometime around the week of that 15th of December that we will offer that up for pre-ordering. And for those of you who have not ordered in your Kickstarter the Strangely Gooey Holiday and you want it by Christmas, if you hurry up and order it, we will do our best to ship that out so that you can have it before the Christmas holiday, before the Kwanzaa thing. We're already in Hanukkah, so you have to kind of mess around with that a little bit. But it's still kind of the season that we have celebrate all these wonderful different holidays. And so if you wanted that, I got to tell you, I think Cameron Mendy, we're doing another shout out to Rob this morning. We're going to do a little shout out to him.
Let's do that later though, because I have a whole thing planned for that.
Yes, and I also want to shout out John from Menace in the Mist because I want to do that too. So let us continue on.
I did while we were talking about the holidays, put up Michael's Winterdance.
Yeah, Michael, thank you. This made me so chuckle and gave me such a big smile, and it was really, really fun. Yeah. And I do have to say, Michael, that's a very Charlie Brown tree right there. It's like perfect, right? Oh yes, and then this.
Here's Harry's game room. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll come back to Harry's game room.
I breezed past accidentally.
Yes. So Corey has put up Hand of the Hanatas on this program, this calendar. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, they've got this wonderful program that literally you can play these card games. And this is kind of one of the things we're thinking about for our Winterdance celebration, which we are sort of trying to make sure we can do here, but we think we're going to do it. This is one of the things we can do. And this Hand of the Hanatas is a wonderful little game that actually Corey invented using the deck of Perilous Fortuity, sort of like Casey took Polish poker and sort of did some modifications, and now we have this Conan Drews. So these are games that are really, really fun. And I don't know if Corey's in the stream, Mandy. I don't know. Did they end up with a full table? I don't know if they did or not. So
I think that James is in there. So James, if you could answer that, because I don't think Corey's here. But we do have another question while we're waiting for the answer. Okay, they said they had 4 people and had a lot of fun. So
yeah, it's good. Awesome. Hey, James, it's a good game. Yes, it's fun. Yes.
So we have a question from Ben. Will there be additional feats and new interpretations of the original classes as third-party publishers have had to stick to the SRD?
So we are going to publish it as an alternative. I don't believe it is a problem for us to serve this up as an alternative option. I guess I better look at the SRD, but I don't think that is an issue, Ben, that you can't put other options that are available. But I will check it and see just to make sure, because that could be a problem, but I don't think so. We want to not necessarily have attribute adjustments, although honestly, if that's the case, maybe we will include attribute adjustments as part of the thing. But we actually want to take each one of the races and take things that make sense in regards to their backstories, if you will. So I've mentioned this before, but like perhaps the wood elven folk will have sort of this forest sense kind of thing. So this idea that if something is going on around them and they are in the out of doors in sort of this foresty area, that they know they have this sort of instinctual thing that's going on. Or perhaps if you are a dark elf, you might have a similar sense, but only when it's in the Underdelve, right, in the Zyathé. And so if we, and I apologize, I got some folks walking by who must not be able to hear very well because they're talking very loud. So anyway, the dwarves, for example, might have a stone skin, or be able to choose iron blood, or some of these kinds of things. And we're going to have little attribute adjustments and things that happen over the period of time with the race that kind of fit with them. And we think this is going to be really cool for players. So, and certainly cool for you as game master, and not overcomplicated. We're not going to put you in a position where you're, as we know as game masters, sometimes you can overrule people and just destroy game masters trying to keep track of all this stuff. So we're going to do our best to not do that. So how did I do with that question, Camera Mindy?
Awesome. I just remembered that on StreamYard, we have this nifty feature where I can be putting the comments up. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, dwarf prickly beard. Yes. What does prickly beard do? I want to know about that. You like rub it in the face of your enemy and just scratch them up.
Okay. Let's go back to finishing up our Facebook shout outs really quickly. So Harry.
Yes, Harry. I want to come over.
Yeah. Nice table.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Harry's been working on this, I think, for quite a bit. I talked to him about it, and he's not quite finished with it, but he's getting close. And Harry, it looks so good. I mean, I just want to come over and hang out. So wonderful, wonderful thing right there.
We also have one more thing from Harry, but it's Lokebutt. And it's so good.
Yes, Lokebutt McCrave. Yes, there he is. Yes, in the flesh, as it were, right? So another character in the world of Zyathé who is taking shape and becoming, quite interesting. And what's wonderful about this is you kind of watch how this sort of happens, and all of a sudden these characters that people have created that are typically based on their own photographs are sort of starting to become a part of this weirded world, right? So whether it be the Heart Foxes, which if you all pay attention in the Gooey Den, Jacob writes these wonderful fictions about Jacob and Natalia Heart Fox, who are Technic artificators, and we just have all these different characters that are sort of coming to be, and that players are going to play with them, and game masters are going to use them, and Lokebutt is one of them. I have plans for Lokebutt myself. Yes, I do.
He's such a fun character.
Oh, this is Adam. Yes, so Adam did a portrait of this marvelous bardic personage, and I really like it. I think the image is really good. I love the little hair thing. Now, Adam didn't want to be too green, even though he's sort of this hadronary, right? So this is a human elf mix. But it is wood elf, and he would be a little more green normally, but we're going to pull his green back because he says he wants to just have his sort of familial side of the human kind of overdoing that. But normally we'd have a little tinge of green in these images. But is that not marvelous?
I love this image. I thought it was an awesome portrait.
Yeah. It's really, really good. Oh yes, Pamela, you got slimed. Pamela, is this official Gooey Cube? Is there a copyright on there? Anyway, no, this is marvelous. And Pam, I guess Pam made this, right?
Yeah, Pam, she did. Isn't that awesome? Really
fantastic. It's unbelievable. And so, we're gonna chat about this. Maybe we can figure out a way that we really want next year to have our friends be able to put their arts and some of their things up on the Gooey Cube website and be able to market those. And we'll take a little piece of that for doing that. But mostly we want to be able to do that for our friends. Mama Zola, Geeky Hoodies, Marvelous Tish, makes wonderful things, and of course Karen makes these beautiful dice bags, and we got Christina, who makes these little Gooey Cubes, and we've got Addie, who obviously makes this Gooey Cube necklace, but she has other necklaces and other ideas for jewelry that we might be able to do. And Carrie even makes jewelry. I don't know if she'd want to do more expansive stuff, but anyway, that we're really excited to kind of bring that aspect to the community next year.
Absolutely. Okay, and this is our last Facebook, but this is going to lead us into some fun stuff with Rob.
Yeah, so Rob's been doing this at Zixgramus, who is also another character in the Weirded World, and having a little bit of fun with it. And he's been doing a really nice job with his videos. If you haven't watched them, they're probably worth a watch. He doesn't usually go longer than about 10, 12, 15 minutes, sometimes 20. And they're good little watches. And so Rob was you have to understand about Strangely Gooey Holiday. It was kind of my baby. I mean, this is, of all the things that we were producing in this last Kickstarter, I'd been thinking about an adventure in a wizard's basement for a long time, 30 years probably, and how it could have all these weird applications and interesting things, and stuff that the wizard wasn't using anymore, right? That and maybe even stuff that was like hazardous, right? And so as I went through the idea for this and kind of came up with it, I sort of landed on this ornament thing. But I did not have time to author it, and I was thinking about who could do this, because this one has to have a little humor. It has to have a little bit of zest in that regard, and not everyone, that's their gifting, right? But I don't know if you all see Rob's marvelous comments. He writes these wonderful humorous comments all the time. And so I went to Rob and I said, Rob, will you take this thing and make it great? And he did, my friends. It is unbelievable. And I get, again, one more shout out to Rob for doing that.
Oh, I have, hold on, I have a little video to play. So,
oh, yeah, do it.
Yes, if you have been in the Gooey Den, you know that we just released the trailer for Strangely Gooey Holiday. And that came with an unboxing video. And we're going to play this at the end of the video. But there was a fun little outtake from that I just wanted to show. So here we go.
Mandy, what are you doing to me right now?
Oh, okay, here we go.
A Strangely Gooey Holiday. Yes, this marvelous little adventure was a brainstorm of mine and then made wonderful by our marvelous friend Rob, who helped us to author this and make it really amazing. Thank you, Rob. We love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. All right, let us do the
That didn't get weird at all.
Love you, Rob. Let us open this up. Come on, Mandy. That was an outtake. It was kind of goofy. So, anyway, for all
we
of you,
do love Rob.
Humor at my expense, Rob. So, also, I want to say that Menace in the Mist was authored by John, and John really put his heart and soul into Menace in the Mist, and it is wonderful, and it is creepy, and it has got a lot of boy, I tell you, you want to take your adventurers into a creepy woods and have a scary little adventure. That Menace in the Mist is fantastic. And so, John, I'll give you the too. So that no, is really the Menace in the Mist is wonderful. And these are more, as you saw with the Strangely Gooey Holiday, if you saw the unboxing of it, but you'll see it in a minute anyway. They are sort of old school, right? They have this wraparound cover and all this stuff sort of packed in there, and so we are excited to have that. Also, if you are in Grand Junction, you can get Strangely Gooey Holiday at Board Fox Games. Trudy is down there, and she has a bunch of them. She's put a really cool package together, and I would recommend you go in there and check that out and get that from her. She is fantastic. Our absolute favorite retailer of all retailers, and very supportive and believes in the Gooey thing, and that is wonderful. All right, cameraman, are you going to play this thing?
"'Twas the night afore Winterdance, and all through the tower strange magics were stirring and crackling with power. The students were working on strange incantations, whilst dreaming of mastering their wizardly vocations. While Ms. Goo in her kerchief and Alphinius without hat had just settled in to enjoy a light snack, when down in the basement there arose such a roar that Alphinius jumped and spilt beer on the floor. "It's the Winterdance ornaments," the wizard yelled with a curse, "and every damn annum, they're a pain in my arse." Then he leaned toward his wife and whispered in her ear, "Ms. Goo, can we please not bedeck them this year?" Let them stay in the basement, and let us be free of the pudding and the Nogman and those cursed elves of three. Ms. Goo gave him a look, and the old wizard sighed. Yes, my dear, I will get them, which was a bit of a lie. Then he strode from the room, muttered under his breath, "'Tis adventurers I need for this dark basement quest." So he posted a flyer with reward and some rules, and soon it was answered by a group of damn fools.
Hello, my friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo, with Gooey Cube at Gooey headquarters in my study with Camera Mandy. Say hello, Camera Mandy.
Hello.
Ah, so this is Strangely Gooey Holiday, and I want you to see this because this is kind of thick for a for what you'd call a sort of a magazette module kind of thing. So this is old school. The reason why it's old school is, look, it has the wraparound cover. Now it's a little different than, it doesn't have maps and stuff on there, it has mostly imagery, but it has the wraparound cover, which is very much like it was in the old days. And then within, as we always do, there are two books. There is the Game Master's reference book, and there is the adventure book. And the adventure book tells the tale, right? With all of the cool stuff and happenings and all of that go on. And the GM's reference book has all of the combats and the encounters and all of that stuff. And these are little thin to spiral bound, so we don't spiral bind them, but they still will lay flat, and you can also, if you want to, you can fold them backwards and cover them backwards if you want to do that. All of them have the battle stats like we normally do. All of them are level balanced ahead of time. It's really marvelous. All right, so along with that, we also have these wonderful portraits. So there is Alphinius, and there is Zixgramus, and there is Ms. Goo, and they are sort of the players that you will meet in this wonderful adventure, which is, I will tell about in just a moment. And then there are some wonderful, interesting special items cards that you just perf out of those, and then you have those. And then there are, of course, because we have such belief in this, there are maps and handouts and all of that kind of stuff. So there is the Tower of Goo. There is perhaps something that they're going to encounter. There is, oh look, there's the fruitcake. Anyway, we will not go any further because I don't want to put too many spoilers, but I will tell quickly about the tale, and then we will say goodbye. So, the tale. The tale is this. You will take your players into the basement of Goo Tower. Yes, and there they will try to retrieve the Winterdance decorations for Alphinius before Ms. Goo gets home. It is a marvelous adventure. We hope you will love A Strangely Gooey Holiday. May all your adventures be sticky. Ha-ha! Camera Mandy, you are a marvel. That is wonderful. I hope everybody enjoyed that. That is,
yeah, I hope that there wasn't too much lag. It felt laggy. We might.
It was lagging to me, but I was able to get the. I was able to get the gist of it.
Yes, just know you can go watch that on YouTube, and it's pristine. So
we know lagginess.
Yes,
but no, it really did a great job, Mandy. It was so cute, and what you did with the sort of picture frames and all of that stuff, and of course we have marvelous Abby and Zoe and the marvelous Elle and Allie in there as the apprentices, right? I didn't know they were my apprentices, but they could be so, whatever they want. No, that was really fun. And so I really believe this is one of the finest winter's sort of Christmas holiday adventures that's ever been made. I really I give that much credit to Rob and his marvelous authorship and the idea of it and all the stuff that is good. It is going to be a lot of fun for your players. All right, Camera Mandy, what is next?
Actually, this is like the end. We did have a question about if we can get a link to the game shop that you mentioned.
Oh, Board Fox Games. It's in Grand Junction, Colorado. It is called Board Fox Games. and they are wonderful down there. Trudy is the owner, and she does a wonderful job. And what happened was we were introduced to them by Casey, and we went down there, and she looked at our stuff, and she gave our stuff to her sons to play, and her sons were blown away. And so now she just sells an awful lot of Gooey Cube stuff because she tells people about it, and she says, once I sell chapter 1, if they play it, they buy chapter 2, they buy chapter 3, they love the world. So we're excited because we're actually going to go see them on the 11th. We're going to go be in Grand Junction. So if you're down in Grand Junction, you want to come by and say hello. We're going to be at Board Fox Games on the 11th in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think you got to get over to the convention center.
I do. Got to go over there and say hello to some folks, and I hope this was enjoyable for you all.
Fox? Can I spell? Is it board?
BOARD, like board game, right? BOARD. Not BORED. That would be a bad name. That would be terrible. Tree, if you named yourself Board Fox, that would be awful, right? So Board Fox Games, right? In Grand Junction, Colorado, and they are marvelous. Any other questions before we depart for the day? And I hope everybody enjoyed this. These are the kind of things we'll do when we're at conventions, and try to give you still some good entertainment value. But trying to do a tour and all that kind of stuff while we're here is not really feasible.
Yeah, and we have a really great episode next week because Alphinius has already put together the rest of the slideshow for part 3 of, is it Blackrot?
It's the Oldroik territory and all of the environs around Blackrot. I'm telling you, when you all get this, when you get this Essenverd tome, and you see what this whole dynamic that's going on between Donvan and Vanzentia, with the number of these fortified inns that are in all this wildland, and the bogland there, and this wonderful glamour wood with this marvelous Lord of Hues, which is a tip of our hat. Kerry and I really wanted to give a little love to David Bowie, and Kerry came up with this wonderful character called the Lord of Hues, and it is really, really special. And then there's a Dunwood, which is south of it, and then there's this very interesting thing going on in the Glamourwood, and I don't want to give too many spoilers, but then on the further to the east is this incredible Uldroik territory, which is the area around Amasthal, the flying city that still hangs in the air, filled with all manner of abomination. And this, I can see a lot of adventure in this location. Just looking at it and seeing it and seeing it in my mind's eye with all of the little dungeons and caverns and stuff that we've put in there already, plus the ones that people will add. I mean, it is cool. It is just really, really sparkly. So fun.
And we'll go more into it next week. Okay, we have one last question, and then Alphinius is going to head over to the convention center to sell a lot of Gooey Cube.
No, listen, I will answer more questions. Don't okay. If people got questions, I don't want to stop.
Oh, well, the question is, do you like eggnog?
I do. Eggnog is like the greatest thing ever.
And you like to put a little something in your eggnog, don't you?
Well, of course. Doesn't everyone?
I don't. I just like eggnog.
Well, I like eggnog plain too. That's kind of a breakfast thing, right? But in the evening, right, when you're snoot.
Okay.
Is that it?
They're calling it Goonog.
Gooey nog. Yes, that's
Goo-nog.
If it was green, that is off the okay. One of you all out there, put a little green essence in one of your eggnogs and put a picture up on the den, because that's great. So
it'll be part of our Winterdance, and then post the recipe if it's good, and we'll make it part of our Winterdance celebration.
You know what? Cream de mint, just a touch in there, might be delicious in eggnog. I've never done that before. I have to see what that might be. And listen, I really, my friends, I just want to tell you this. I said it earlier. I want to say it again. I think what's happening here is special, and I think it's because of you. It is Harry and these miniatures. It is Keith and Evan and Kevin and so many Michelle and others who post up these wonderful creative images that just make us inspired, right? It is the comments and nice things that people say to others, and the encouragement that happens, in the Writers Guild in the morning for people who want to be better writers. I mean, it's a really amazing thing, and and it's catching. I mean, these people at the con, when you tell them this, people like they want to fall over, you know. And I'm telling you, you're going to love this next collaborative book, which is this Essenverd. I mean, the Valandians and their vileness, and how you're going to hate them, you know. And this is Josh and Kaya and a little help from yours truly and a couple of others. And you're going to love this Advent Dune archipelago, where Keith and AJ really gave us some wonderful inspirations and some wonderful words. And then Jim helped with that. And you're going to love these Vendraxian areas where the people were just destroyed by the Etherns. They were knocked back to the barbaric age, right? And they're still barbarians now, but they have this strange, this devil blood in their ancestry. I mean, in the wastes up north, it's just, you're going to, you know, and Donvin with marvelous Kendrick and Van Zentia. You know, I mean, this is good. I mean, this is great. And so I just want to thank you all for being a part of it and believing in it and being friends. Because I have made some lifelong friends here, and I make more on a regular basis, and it is wonderful. Yes, Camera Mandy, it is something special. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And I know from when I went to Gamehole Con how people react to the idea of this collaborative community and how they appreciate the collaborative nature of it, and how it's not. I mean, one person can come up with amazing ideas. It's very true. We have a lot of great stories from one person, but imagine just how wonderful it is to have so many different perspectives and life experiences and people who played games their whole lives adding in their stories. Like, that makes it so much better.
I mean, in Camera Mandy, you know, we wouldn't have Mandy's Practically Perfect Parasols or whatever Jim named that crazy place, right?
Deliver a death blow with a parasol. Imagine that.
It reminds me of The Kingsman. You saw that movie with that
umbrella? Yeah. Oh, that was really good.
That was a heck of an umbrella, let me tell you. All right. Any other questions, my friends, this morning before we take a run?
Nope. So we are good to go. Thank you all for joining us this morning. And next week we'll be back with a really amazing tour. I've seen it. I mean, it's really mind-blowing.
Now, Mandy, I am going to do that from Board Fox or down there right at 10 o'clock when we're down in Grand Junction. But I don't mind doing the tour from there. It'll be fine. She'll have a nice place for me set up. So I won't be able to be in studio, just making sure everybody remembers. But I'm excited to do the tour from down there. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Okay. Well, everyone have an amazing rest of your Saturday. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. May all your adventures be sticky, my friends. Bye-bye.